What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass, like and subscribe. So, seems like PlayStation, the Sony Ponies, the Donkey Unicorns, they're all in a tizzy. They're all upset. The media, too, which is kind of, grouped into the Donkey Unicorn sentiment. They're upset that a little game called Light of Mortiram, I forgot what the M-O-R-I something, is reminiscent, let's say, of Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Zero Dawn, right? Now, the game might not be good. That's not the point. This is an illustration of how these Ponies and Donkey Unicorns feel that they are entitled. They are entitled and, Sony made this game. Nobody else can make a game like this. I'm like, how does that work? Did Sony claim the trademark / copyright of red-headed warriors in a post-apocalyptic with robot dinosaurs? Did they do that? Because I kind of swore before Horizon, there was robot dinosaurs everywhere. There was robot dinosaurs here. There's robot dinosaurs there. Just go look. I mean, off the top, Gridlock, he's a robot dinosaur, but he's special because he turned into, and he's kind of, but it's still robot dinosaur. So it's like they're pretending like they invented robot dinosaurs. Now, I'll give it to them. Tencent, that's the company that's making this game. It is very inspired by Horizon. I would say that some of the designs are actually better than Horizon, and that's the main thing. I think that's the one thing that these Donkey Unicorns and these Ponies and Sony and your boy Herman Hulse, because that's his second baby. His first baby got canceled. Second baby is still around. Third baby is Killzone. And so they're like, oh, wait, this is a game that's kind of looks like our game, kind of, sort of, but it does a whole bunch more. And I was like, okay, what kind of game is this? It can't just be, an exactly the same open world kind of a RPG. It's not. It's a base builder. It's like Power World, except not Aloy, but some other redhead chicks in there. They got the glider. And the thing about the glider is, it's in Horizon Forbidden West, right? But guess what game it was in first? Wasn't that game. I mean, it's in Fortnite. It's in Zelda, Breath of the Kingdom. Breath of the Kingdom? Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom and the other one, Breath of the Wild. And so this company, Tencent, I forgot the studio is called, they took all these little pieces from all these other and slammed them into one game. This is exactly what Power World did. And you see Nintendo, a very litigious corporation, is suing Power World, but not because, it looks like our designs, because they can't do that because you don't have a copyright on art. It's like, you can't do cell shading. We own that. Like, no, you don't. Art, shut up, sit down. So they have no legal recourse. They can't say, the reason why Nintendo is suing them is because of mechanics, something that they can tangibly kind of have something. And yet and still, I don't think they're gonna be able to do it because this game, it's like, you can't jump in your game because we own that. If you want to break it down for the dummies. And so I'm looking at this game, Light of Mortiram, whatever it's called. And I was like, when I first saw the first gameplay stuff, I was like, yo, how is she flying around on these things and looks all flying? So I was like, yo, that kind of looks a little better than Horizon, just a little bit when she's riding around. But then they showed the gameplay 17 minutes, and it was running around, building forts and stuff. And I was like, okay, that's Power World. That's Power right there. So, I mean, if they can have both, that's cool. I was watching the Black Hokage, and he was like, yeah, nah. And I was like, I mean, I can see how you can feel that way. But the point is that this game exists, and it's It's making these donkey unicorns and these ponies mad. And it's funny because Herman Hulse bet the farm, bet everything in Sony's and PlayStation's coffers, if you will, in the bank, that Horizon is the next new thing. I mean, he did that with Concord, but that's his, once again, Concord was his baby. This is his second baby. I mean, I would say redheaded stepchild, but it's actually not a stepchild. It's just the firstborn. Actually, secondborn, which doesn't really get love. Like the middle kid, no. First kid, you're old enough to do it. So Killzone, you're old enough to do whatever you want. Go get a job, Killzone. And then Horizon's like, yay, what about me? And then Concord gets born, and then Horizon's like, I'm in the middle. I mean, Concord wasn't even around long enough to get the hand-me-downs, which, oh well. But it's hilarious to see Sony, Donkey Unicorns, the media, be like, I mean, Digital Foundry did it. It's an apparent ripoff of Horizon. It's unbelievable, right? I'm like, okay, sure. I mean, it's very close. But once again, China, that's what they do. That's their whole business. Is like, yo, let's just rip off everything. I mean, literally make the same product and sell it as bootleg, but it's exactly the same product for cheaper. That's what they do. Go to Temu, all that stuff. It's China stuff. Anyway. But, we're looking at what Sony has, right? And now when games like this come out, it diminishes the unique offerings that Sony represents, because this game could potentially be more successful than the Horizon series. Think about that. A Chinese Tencent comes through. It's got the same kind of. It even has the long neck in it. I was like, okay, that's real close. But they had the gorilla, and I was looking at the animations. I was like, that's, you know what? That's not no cheap, Temu. I mean, it is, but it looks good. The animation was good. That whole boss. I was like, yo, why doesn't Horizon have giant, Mighty Joe Youngs attacking you? He's not big enough to be King Kong. He's a little Mighty Joe Young. Why? They just have elk that you ride. I mean, they have that in this game too. But also, you riding this crazy bird thing. You riding it was something else. Is a bird that was carrying you like. I was like, yo, hold up. And then what Horizon doesn't have. Boats on the ocean. She was riding a dolphin. I don't know if she's riding a whale. I don't know. But I was like, okay, they're doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just talking about like the traversal and the combat and all that stuff. The interactions in the open world, not the base building and all that stuff, but just the stuff that is super similar to Horizon. This game is doing it more with more variety. I mean, I think they had crab monsters in Horizon, but this one was like, I don't know what it was. But look, gorilla, you got ocean dwelling things on the ocean. And then she was on the ocean. She had like a flying fish or something. So she was like surfing, and it went up in the air. She's flying. And I was like, yo. And you saw, I was like, yo, all right. They had the giant mammoth. I think they had that in Horizon. But, this is a free market. And Sony does not hold the copyright or trademark to dinosaurs or robots or robot dinosaurs. And that's the thing that people are getting twisted. Just because it looks like Horizon, whatever. It could be worse, but if it's better. If this game is better than Horizon, Zero Dawn, and Forbidden West, and honestly, the potential is there because the protagonist in Horizon, Aloy, while there's nothing inherently wrong with, let's just say, the model that the person that they modeled that character off of, because that person is beautiful. If you haven't seen the real life model of Aloy, I forgot what her name is. She's a model. And now look at Aloy in the game, and I'm like, that's not. Nah, they I don't want to say they DEI'd it, but they sprinkled some ugly dust on her or something, because the real life person looks way more beautiful. And this is something you can say, oh, well, you know, they're woke, and so they want to tone it down. I'm like, look, there's beautiful people, period. Stop. There are beautiful people. Why would you take the model that you model this character off of, a beautiful person, and dumb it down or ugly it up, glow down? You know, why would they do that? It doesn't make sense. They could have serviced a couple of factions, however you want to say it, and you know, the females, pretty people, the dudes who like pretty people, supermodel people. She's I guess she's Caucasian. I think she is an actual redhead in real life. Although her hair was like brown, but you can kind of tell. So they didn't need to like unsexualize. It's not even about sexuality, because it's like I'm looking at her and she has a pretty face, and it's just like proportions. She's a slim person, and I'm like, what's wrong with skinny people? I'm skinny. What's wrong with skin? Why are you hating on? Why are you against skinny people? Now you can put, you know, larger people. Yes, this it's all different flavors and sizes of people. But if you're gonna model a character off of a person, why change it in the way that they did? That's the whole thing I don't understand. If you want to get a chunkier person, or I would say uglier or whatever, get a different model. Don't get like you're like, oh, I'm gonna get Marilyn Monroe. She's so fine. I mean, that's a bad example, but imagine Marilyn Monroe, peak of her beauty, alive today. They get her, and then they add 30 pounds. No makeup, hair's all messed up. I was like, that looks like anime, whatever her name was before she changed. But even when she was before Marilyn, she was still pretty. Anyway, it doesn't make sense, and honestly, it's really about DEI. Look, I don't care. Inclusion is critical. Inclusion is a good thing, but to do it needs to be a natural thing, right? It needs to be. Yes, you have the freedom to change the characters however way you want, but at the same time, doing it just to please a certain demographic, why? I would have gotten you know how they have stunt performers, like female stunt performers? I would have gotten somebody like that who actually has muscles. They're a little bit more, I don't want to say masculine. They're not. They're tougher because of their job. Get that person to be Aloy, and then you be like, oh yeah, you don't have to change her. She's just like boosh. And some are beautiful, some are rugged. I mean, whatever you want to get the rugged girl, that's fine. I mean, because she's supposed to be a warrior or whatever. Get that person. Don't get a supermodel and then make her. It doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, I'm rambling about that, but point is, Donkey Unicorns and Ponies are mad that Tencent is stepping on their feet. And I hope, I don't know if it will be, but I hope that this game, Light of Mortiram, is better than Horizon. I have a feeling that it might be, because just by the nature of what it is. It's a different game. It has more, it's a different basic demographic of player. It's the Power World group. Base building, survival, fight some bosses. That's cool. So, but anyway, I appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Hit me in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this new game that takes heavy inspiration from the Horizon series. And do you think that it's wrong of them to copy, or is Sony just butthurt because somebody might actually make a game that's better than them using their ingredients, if you will, but adding more? But anyway, I appreciate it. I'll check you out on the next one. Till the wait.